accidental murder, you say? Why, that's absolute rubbish, Constable.
But I tell you, Inspector, it were accidental murder.
It were it? Well, now, let's see. Let us review this fantastic story, shall we? Now, you say Lady Farthington was standing here at the door. The butler opened the door, slamming it into Lady Farthington, making her hands go up in the air, thereby causing high-strung Millie, the upstairs maid, who was cleaning the downstairs vase, to knock it over. Startling Cook, who dropped a tureen of hot cabbage soup, scalding Reginald the gardener, causing his pitchfork to dab dashing Dickie Duncan in the derriere, causing him to pull the trigger he was cleaning, thereby killing Lord Farthington. It's absolute rubbish. Couldn't possibly happen.
I beg your pardon.
By George, I got it!
From Television City in Hollywood, it's the Danny Kaye Show with guest star Howard Morris, featuring Harvey Korman with Paul Weston and his orchestra, and special guest star Shari Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Kaye and his guests Shari Lewis and Howard Morris.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. My sunshine away. You told me once, dear, you really loved me, and no one else could come between. But now you've left me and loved another. You have shattered all my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine from me. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine from me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Oh, I've got a letter here from Mrs. Leo J. Schrader of St. Cloud, Minnesota. And she enclosed a clipping of the daily television listings as they appeared recently, in the St. Cloud Daily Times. Now, this is the way our program was printed in the paper, and I devoutly hope it was a misprint. Dummy Kaye. Twice yet. Now, our guests tonight, as you have seen, are the talented and winsome Shari Lewis and the talented and versatile Howie Morris. Now, for those of you who have been fortunate enough to travel through Italy, you've probably found that there is music everywhere, at the opera, the parks, and the cafes. Even if you open a window, you'll hear the lilting voice of an Italian street singer. And all you have to do is throw him a few coins and he'll serenade you. So let's go around to Naples and watch Howie Morris join me as we portray a couple of street singers who sing our hearts out for a few lire. Mi scusi. Stamping the ground, another day, another later, eh? First I must warm up my throat to give it a golden sound which come for you boys when I make it a number, honey. And now I'm gonna sing, and I hope I'm gonna make a lot of money today. Arpeggiarini. La fiera poi la sera fiera si va. I got a 1 lira, 2 lira, 1 lira slogan, and 1 pop bottle cap for those who think are young. Mille grazie, signore, signore. Many thanks to you cheap skates. If you no succeed the first time, boy, you're in a lot of trouble. I'll patch it in. Please, I'm a sing. What's the matter with you?
Excuse me.
Excuse you for what?
See, I want to sing on here this place.
You no can sing over there. That's my territory.
Is this your territory?
See.
Tell me something. You own this place?
No, I don't own this place, but I'm a singer here for 35 years.
Listen, let me tell you, it's a democracy here, so I can sing any place I want to.
You want to sing over there?
I like for.
You be my guest in Manoni.
Dang you. All right.
Ain't not gonna make a 1 lira. Nothing.
La luna da mezzo mare, marinare sotterra. L'or è bella per darare, l'amore canseva.
Well, I'm gonna be a monkey's uncle. Miss Scusi, will you mind switch place with me over there?
You want to be over
Yeah,
Che?
I think you got the lucky side, eh?
Yeah, you be
over
Che,
there?
I be there. Be
That's
my
right,
guest.
over there.
Show
Please,
you go
all
there.
right. Look what's my... La fiera fuori sera forra piaceva. How do you like it that go right in my bank?
That's wonderful. Miss Scusi, please.
Scusi.
It's a showtime.
Okay.
E Gia, la luna mezza mare, mamma mi se t'alterà. L'or è bella per danzare, ce ne donne non ce va.
Grazie, tanto grazie. You got good taste, folks.
Excuse me, you mind if I ask you one question?
You got a question?
If you don't mind.
Ask away.
Now, how come wherever I stand and sing, blink, where you stand and sing, brrr, you hit the jackpot? How come, huh?
Oh, well, the answer is very simple.
What is that?
Some people got it, and you stink.
You, my friend,
See?
maybe you tell me you cigarette.
You want to know my cigarette?
If you don't mind.
Sure. Now, my cigarette. If you want to make it, you got to have it one thing. You got to have it show busy minisi.
Show busy in a minute?
Show nemes in a busy. You know what that is?
What is that?
That means you got to have a little class, a little flash. You got to go like that. You got to give it with this. You got to have a razzmatazz.
Oh, you mean to make a brrr like that? I gotta have the show business with the razzmatazz and the bitwise. And then you think to the flare, act like that.
See, so you got the picture. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try.
Go ahead.
It's a blinky time. It's a blinky time monopoly. Hey, what do you know now? I make a whole show business
See?
with a razzmatazz and a flash-a-matazz. And how come I no get nothing, eh?
Well, the way I see it, you got to sell big. You got to be in there pushing. You got to...
Ah, boy. Hey, listen, you some big hit. They pay you to talk now.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I think I better leave along bye-bye now. I can't afford to make no more money.
Why that?
Well, one more song and I go into a higher tax bracket.
Hey, Ma, if you don't like to pay more tax,
Say.
I got an idea.
What's you had?
Why no, you and me become a partners, we file a joint return, eh?
A partner?
See.
Let me think on
You
that.
think over both sides.
Yeah, all right. I'm thinking over here. Now I like to think over there.
Think over there. All right.
Hey, you know, I think you got something
Hey,
there.
we
You
partners, eh?
ball. Yeah.
Everything you get over there is your.
Mine.
Everything I get over here is mine.
Say.
Okay.
Partners.
Partners.
You got a deal.
Say.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shari Lewis and Lamb Chop.
Thank you. And lamb chop and... Excuse me, lamb chop? Lamb chop? Lamb chop? Lamb chop. Honey? Oh, now, come on, sweetheart. Tell me what's the matter.
Danny Kaye is not in love with me.
Well, now, that's nothing to cry about.
It isn't.
No. Rock Hudson is not in love with you either.
He isn't?
Now, come on, babe. You've got something on your mind. I think you ought to just talk it out. Come on, come on, come on. Come on.
I feel better now that you know.
Well, I think that if you have something on your mind, you ought to just go and tell it to Danny.
No.
What? No.
No, please. Don't mention that name in my premise.
You mean presents. That's what's wrong. What? He doesn't give me any presents. Well, what did you ever give to Danny Kaye? I gave him my heart. Would you settle for a flower in return?
What?
It's from Danny Kaye for you.
He cares.
Well, now, why don't you read the note?
You didn't tell me there was a note. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Positively. No question about it.
What? I gotta learn how to read. It says, kindest regards, Danny.
Wowee!
What?
A love letter.
Love letter? Well, honey, all it says is, kindest regards, Danny.
Read between the lines.
There's only one line.
Read between the words. I read it the way he wrote it.
Well, how's that?
Kindest regards, Danny.
That's the way he wrote it.
Yes, sir. Danny, like that.
Well, I think you ought to ask Mr. Kaye if that's the way he wrote it. He's right beside you.
You mean he's right there?
Right there.
You're right, that's him.
Yeah.
And no question about it. Red hair and all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Danny Kaye.
Yeah.
That's Danny Kaye. Ah!
Oh. Shari, does she always get this emotional over flowers?
Oh, it's not the flower.
No.
It's the note.
Yeah.
Note.
Yeah. You better believe it, big boy.
I'm afraid Miss Chop misunderstood your letter.
Oh, you know, you're really too much.
No. I really think the note speaks for itself, honey.
I think you're right,
Yeah.
Danny.
Sure.
Would you please read the note to her the way you meant it?
I'll be happy to. Kindest regards, Danny.
See, I told you. You wrote that note in fire, didn't you, Danny?
Yes, I certainly did, lamb chop. Hey, you want to do something for me?
It's nice to see you again.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You want to do something? Would you come up here because I want to
Would you give me a lift?
You want a lift?
Yeah, come on.
There's a lift.
There we go. Now, the reason I asked you to come up here is because I want to whisper something to you.
Is it a secret?
Okay? Now, come here. Yeah, it's a secret.
Okay.
Now, come here, ear.
Okay.
What's the matter?
Well, nothing. Go ahead. I want to know your secret.
Well, just give me your ear and then let me whisper to you. Lamb chop, what's the matter with you?
I can't help it.
Are you ticklish? Is that what it is? Are you ticklish?
Yes, I never told anybody.
Oh, for heaven's
Oh,
sake.
you know, I'm so sorry that you know, because now all I'm going to get is tickle.
No. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is try to help you. If you will just remember that being
What?
ticklish is all in your mind.
Yeah, I'm
you can-
ticklish there, too.
You are?
We're all over.
But you can get over it.
How?
You see, for instance, I held my hand.
I know what you're going to do with that hand. You're going to tickle.
No, not with my hand. Oh, now, look. There. You see, if you can just focus on that. Just like that. And it doesn't...
I knew it. You were going to tickle.
I wasn't going to tickle at all.
You were?
No, I was just going to give you a...
You know, you wouldn't do that if you...
What?
If you knew how terrible it is to be ticklish.
Well-
And you know, I've been ticklish since I was a child.
Well, let me explain something to you.
What?
Do you know that I'm ticklish, too?
Danny Kaye is
Ticklish? I didn't know that you were ticklish. Oh, I'm sorry for your troubles.
Not sorry. Sometimes when you feel sad and unhappy, you give yourself a little tickle, and then everything seems all right.
No, for me, when I'm feeling happy, other people give me a little tickle, and then nothing's all right. Yeah, it's hard.
Well, you want to make a pact with me?
What's that?
Why don't we make a pact that... it's all right. If you bite some of that, it won't do it much harm.
You're not ticklish on
Why
your
don't we
nose?
make a pact that
Yes.
I won't tickle you, and you won't tickle me?
It's a deal.
Okay.
Okay. La-di-dum-dum.
Oh!
What?
You want to sing a song with me?
You want to sing a song?
Come on under here. There we are.
Would you get my feet out? They're
Yeah,
stuck.
there we are. There. Is that better?
Yes, I like to sit here with you.
Yeah. You want to cuddle a little bit?
That's what I'm doing.
All right, here, let's cuddle.
All right.
All right. Cherry pies ought to be you.
Autumn skies ought to be you.
Mr. Pulitzer's prize ought to be you.
Romeo in disguise ought to be you.
Columbine ought to be you.
Sparkling wine ought to be you.
All of Beethoven's 9 ought to be
Every
you.
Will Shakespeare line ought to be you. Are so enticing, I'm starting to shake.
You are just the icing I put on my cake.
Please continue.
Heaven's blue
Yes, yes, yes.
ought to be you.
Heaven too ought to be you.
Everything super do ought to be you.
Thank you very much. Oh, Mr. K, I love you. My heart's going bad.
Lamb chop, I adore you. You're my favorite chop.
Oh, thanks. Kites on strings
Uh-huh.
ought to be you.
Toys and things ought to be
Honey
you.
bees without stings ought to be you.
Ought to be
No,
you.
ought to be you.
Ought to be you.
No, ought to be you.
Ought to be you.
No, ought to be you.
Ought to be you. Shari Lewis is going to be back with us in just a minute with a really charming and ingenious dance. And then we'll rejoin Howie Morris as our old arch-enemy, Dr. Yes, in another adventure of James Blonde. So don't go away. Up and down on Broadway, you can usually find a lot of old buildings which offer rehearsal studios for rent. Now, most of the time, these studios are busy, and they're busy night and day. So let's join Shari Lewis in one of these rehearsal studios as she starts to work on a jazz number. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to mention something very important. See, a dancer in one of these studios often has to concentrate very hard on what she's doing because of the distractions that are going on around her. Now, you see, there may be ballet dancers, Spanish dancers, Watusi dancers rehearsing right in the studios next door. And often their music can be clearly heard through the walls. Now, it isn't easy to dance several different kinds of music. It's very difficult, as a matter of fact. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Shari Lewis.
And now, the further adventures of James Blonde.
From turkey with stuffing, how love took a bend. You kidnapped my heart, dear, and my chicklets as well.
It's done, Hawkins. By Jove, it's done. The 6:15 to Chelsea has been blown to smithereens.
But are you sure, Chief?
Absolutely. That master of evil, that arch-enemy of society, that power-hungry madman who was trying to destroy the world, the maniacal Dr. Yes was on that train, and now he's dead. You know, I shall miss him. I've grown accustomed to his fez. Send in our #1 man, England's best dressed and best known secret agent, James Blonde. Oh, I can't wait to tell Blonde the fabulous news that Dr. Yes and the 6:15 to Chelsea have been blown to bits.
Hello, Chief. I'm sorry I'm late. I just put Mother on the 6:15 to Chelsea.
The train?
Yes, of course. You look troubled. Anything the matter?
It's nothing important, Blonde.
Oh.
You'll find out on Mother's Day, old boy.
What's up, Chief?
Good news, Blonde.
Oh, yes?
Dr. Yes is dead.
Balderdash and Poppycock.
Balderdash and Poppycock?
Yes, Ronald Balderdash and Sir Bernard Poppycock, two of our best-known agents in Hong Kong, saw Dr. Yes alive only this morning.
Alive?
Yes.
In Hong Kong?
Yes.
Good heavens.
What's the matter?
That means the scoundrel has gone through with his most devilish plan ever. Plan G.
Oh, not Plan G, sir. Good heavens, the fiend has kidnapped New York City. Sneaked it through the Panama Canal and towed it to the Orient.
Nasty business, that.
Yes, I suppose you would call it a nasty business, yes. Absolutely nasty. Well, let me see. In order to accomplish his plan, if my memory serves me correctly, he planned to disconnect the George Washington and Brooklyn bridges, unscrew the Holland Tunnel, then he tied giant ropes around the Empire State and the Tishman Building, and at a given signal, a specially trained fleet of flounder towed the entire city of New York out to sea, including the Museum of Modern Art, the Metropolitan Opera House, and the June Taylor Dancers.
What a loss to culture.
Heavens!
Blonde, you must go to Hong Kong and find Dr. Yes.
It's a very big place indeed, Chief. Do you have any leads, do you suppose?
But only this.
What?
This very strange ad in the Hong Kong Bugle.
I see.
Oh, you read Chinese, don't you, Blonde?
Yes, of course I do. No, it's down here, sir.
What does it mean?
For sale, 12,000 pounds of exhausted flounder. Box 17, Kowloon.
That's it, Blonde. What does that mean?
Oh, you're stepping on my foot, sir.
Do you know how to get to Hong Kong?
Well, I don't know exactly, sir, but the moment I get to the Philippines, I shall ask a policeman. I'm sure he'll direct me directly, sir.
Get him, James Blonde.
Good, sir. Goodbye.
I have did it again. I took Manhattan, the Bronx, and Staten Island, too. A nice darky. Well, Fido, we pulled it off, huh? We have kidnapped New York right under the eyes of the Better Business Bureau. And James Blunt could not stop me. Well, it's very nice having New York right here in Hong Kong. What do you say we grab a rickshaw, run down to Greenwich Village, and throw egg rolls at the folk singers? What's the matter, horsey? Why are you so nervous? The cat got your tongue trigger? Wait! There's only one thing in the guns world that makes this little creature so nervous. James Blunt. He must be around here someplace. Sound the alarm! Thanks a lot, I needed that. Stereo gongs yet. Oh, boy. Where are you, James Blunt? I better ask Gunser, the idol of murder, crime, and hanky-panky. Gunser! Ah, Gunser! Tell me, Gunser, I want to know. Was James Blunt here a minute ago? Tell me, oh great Gunser. I have it. I have it. I give him my most treasured possession. Here is a 1,000-year-old egg. Doesn't that smell delicious? And you're gonna get to eat it, too. And if you tell me where James Blunt is, I throw in a side order of 5,000-year-old bacon. Bush? That don't sound like idle talk to me. Bush? Only a cultured Englishman would say, Ush. James Blunt!
Yes, that's your service, Dr. Yes, here. James Blunt. All right, now, Dr. Yes, where is it?
Where's what? Where's what?
Where is it, my dear Dr. Yes? Where did you hide New York City?
New York City? Yeah, I haven't the vaguest idea.
In that case, I don't suppose you'll mind if I frisk you.
No, forget that. Please, Dexter.
We know it's here. Where are you keeping New York City?
All right, Blunt, I have New York City. It's in the basement. I got it in cartons. We didn't get a chance to unpack.
Well, at last, Dr. Yes, you're coming with me to face justice at last.
Very well, James Blunt, but I would just like to say one thing.
Yes, and that is?
Happy New Year! All right, seize him, Shecky and Bruce. So, James Blunt, I have you again, eh? I have triumphed, yes. I have great plans for you, Blunt. Bring him over here. Now you're gonna get it. Here.
I say, my dear doctor, yes, you don't scare me at all. I've survived beatings, lashings, and at one time I was even brainwashed. They took my brain out and washed it. You can't hurt me, Dr. Yes.
Then we will see. Fix electrodes, ho! It is useless to struggle, my dear Blonde. This is a 10,000-volt electric brain mixing machine. By pressing this remote control button, I can change you into anything my rotten little heart desires, thereby controlling you for my purposes. And Blonde, I think you're going to get quite a charge out of this.
That's preposterous, you evil little peewee!
Yeah, preposterous, eh? There, you happen to be talking to the little peewee that swiped New York, and that's only the beginning of my plan to conquer the world. Next, I go to steal Acapulco and Mexico, and that's where you come in, Blonde. For this, I need a Mexican general. With this machine, I shall now turn you into General Bernardo Gomez.
Well, it's absolutely ridiculous. You can't do it. I'm James Bond. I've always been James Bond. I shall continue to be James Bond. And no machine in the world. Bar conde li verda, estiando li bardo, o li Mexico por cada Ricardo Montalban. E prente li verdas, e plosos, welcome to Los Angeles.
And that is only the beginning. You see, it takes money to run an empire. Yeah, where do I get money? What is the source of money? Oil. Where do I get oil? In Saudi Arabia. Now I turn you into an Arab chieftain. Come in, Abdul Shakur.
That's amore.
Enough. After I conquer the world, I need a place for the victory party. Let me see. Ah, I got it. I get a Russian prince to open a restaurant. Come in, Count Serge Bobolinsky.
Broznets! His nice is Bozhes, Yapete Krabbe. On the knall.
And for a little entertainment, we need a band, and in the band, we need a trumpet player.
Oh, when the saints go marching in.
Good.
Oh, when the saints go marching in.
That's good. Here, give me back my doojiga. You'll never. Oh, when the saints go marching in, sees him golden girls. Oh, when the saints go marching in, Shaggy Bruce, get him. Hello in that number. When the saints go marching in.
Is that you, Chief?
When the
Yes. Blonde hair, mission accomplished. New York is found. Dr. Yes and his gang are under control.
Am I doing that?
Oh, absolutely smashing. Keep dancing. Hello, Chief. Yes, I'll keep them dancing until the police arrive. Until then, I remain yours truly, James Blonde. I'm crazy about that sound he makes. You know, huh? You know what happens? Howie comes on the show and he has a funny sound like that, and the whole crew picks it up. For a period of a couple of months last year, everybody was going, We had some sound like that. Now it's talking about funny sounds. That's a nice segue, isn't it? Now, I wonder if you'd be interested in finding out how we did those funny voices, you know, that you heard on the puppet thing. Well, it's very complicated. It isn't really complicated. It isn't complicated at all, but it has a great deal of complications, which in turn have yet to be described in the event of the modulatory frequency of the transitory effect of the saluant, which comes in the own place of the sound, which is the 776 decibels of the cycle in the ultra-high frequency, having yet returned from, that comes out with it. Beep, 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 beep. Same thing, all the cycles. If you understand what I just said, please write me a letter. No, it's really true, because we had to record it at twice the speed. It was played back at twice the speed that it was recorded. I got to think about that for a minute. Wait a minute. We recorded it at half the speed, then it was played back at twice the speed. And you should see the faces we had to make when we were doing it, because you have to talk like that. And then it comes out. You want to hear? I got to show it to you. Howie, Shari, why don't you come out here and we'll try something. Now, how do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do?
Hi, Dan.
Howie Morris, Shari Lewis. How do you do? You know, I would like to explain to the audience sitting at home about the two stools.
Oh, dear.
No, I really would.
You're going to see how big I really am.
Now, but this is very, very strange. Now, I find myself, I watch the show occasionally on Wednesday night when I'm not looking at the other... And I find myself always kind of, you know, sitting below somebody I'm working with. Like last week when we had Lucille Ball on the show, I'm taller than Lucille is, but yet I found myself sitting lower, and we finally worked it out. Now, if I were to stand here, see, I am now taller than Shari, and I am taller than Howie. See?
I don't know.
Now, it works out. Let's bring the 2 stools in here. One here and one over here. You sit over here a minute, Howie.
Me?
No, you come on this side, Shari.
yeah?
Yes.
I may
Right
get
there.
rained on.
All right, now wait a minute. I sit in front of you.
Yeah.
All right?
Right.
Now you watch us measure us now, right?
All right.
Okay, let's sit down. Isn't that strange?
You can be taller than he is.
Well, you know why that is? I have a short torso. Well, it's true. Shari, come here a minute. Now, would you, if you had to bet, would you bet that I was taller than she was? Huh? Sit down. I tell you, it's kind of scary.
Funny.
Well, that's what we had to do with the voices, really, because we were recording.
That's what we're going to do with the voices?
No, I tell you what we're going to do with the voices. We're going to move this out, move that one out. We're going to move this in here, and we're going to go back in here, and here we are right back again. Now, when we sang, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine, you make me happy, you make me gay," we had to sing, "You are my sun," and we had to hold our faces like that. Otherwise, you wouldn't get the sound. I'll show you how it sounds, right? Well, I want to just remind you of something. Fellas, would you run some of the tape, you know, of the number itself? And then we will just hold our faces right here, and we'll show them what we mean when we get that funny sound, right? Yeah. All right, now you got to get an oval sound, otherwise it spreads out too much.
We going to do it now?
No, we're not going to do it. We're just going to watch.
My only sunshine, you make me happy when skies are gray.
You see? Now we sang it like this. You. And okay. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. Your skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take and we talk like that. If I had to talk to Lamb Chop, she would say,
What's the matter with you?
right?
I don't know them.
Play it back. Yes, play it back. Just keep looking.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. Your skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take and we talk like that. If I had to talk to Lamb Chop, she would say.
We've been receiving a lot of letters from kids. And some of the questions the kids ask are absolutely incredible. Don't you smile at me like that. It's true. I'll sing you a song about it, okay? Paul? The questions children ask are the darndest questions you ever heard. Some can really set you on your ear. Like, for instance, where did I come from? Did you hatch me? Why do I have to kiss my Uncle Herman? Why do you whisper when you tell a joke? Questions children ask ask are the darndest questions you ever heard. To the point and very crystal clear. Like, for instance, what's a martini? Can I have one? Why is that fat man eating all the ice cream? How can we pay the check? Mom said we're broke. You may think you know all the answers, such a high IQ. When a 5-year-old asks the questions, then you become chum. Such a dumb questions children ask are the darndest questions you ever heard. So direct and downright down to earth. Like, for instance, why is my teacher always yelling? Why do I have to learn about the Pilgrims? Well, I'll be smart when I get 21. Yes, the questions children ask are fun. Where is heaven? Why is blue? Daddy, can I buy a zoo? Where's my navel? Water's air. How come Grandpa lost his hair? Mommy, why don't we get a sister? We could just try one. Daddy could buy one. Questions children ask are the darndest questions you ever heard. If you listen, you will get a laugh. So remember, when you feel pompous, a rather special, very well read, and terribly important, brother, I guarantee you'll drop your mask. When you hear, hey, mister, I was wondering, mister, I was wondering how you got so tall and so skinny, and how come your mommy don't make you comb your hair like my mommy does, and how come you dance and sing and you act silly all the time, huh? And how come you have a big nose, huh? How come, mister? How come? Oh, those funny, frustrating, far out, infuriating questions. Little children, that's all. Well, we've had a wonderful time here tonight, and I'd like to thank Shari Lewis and Howie Morris for joining us, and also Harvey Korman. Now, before we leave, I'd like to pass along a little-known scientific fact. If you divide 32 bumblebees into 2 equal groups, do you know what you get? You get stung a lot.
This is Vern Bennett speaking.